Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing the mid-season finale of Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion Season 1 Episode 10 called Lucha Rules. And again, I don't know the score yet, so I don't want to get too ahead of myself by saying like this is a fantastic episode in case it isn't, but I really like this episode. But of course, when I actually go through things could change, but at least first thoughts right now, just thinking about the episode in general, it's pretty great. So yeah, this is the mid-season finale, and when I first watched this, what was it, on Disney Plus or was it live? I think it was on Disney Plus, where it ended. It was like, oh, and by the way, boom, we're hiatus. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm not even mad about it. I'm just like, oh, come on, where's the next episode? Because I'm not gonna get into any names because I want to talk about when it actually happens in this episode. I was like, is he gonna figure it out? What's she gonna do? So I'm really excited. And also, by the way, it's 10:30 right now, so that means you're gonna be getting this video earlier than usual. And also, tomorrow Monday, when I have in my channel update, we're gonna be talking about my classes. So I'm gonna be talking about the days where I'm gonna be posting videos, because the days that I have class are important days, so I'm not gonna be doing any videos. So if you have been on my channel for a while, for like how many, like 3 or 4 months at least, maybe, I don't know, you know that this is my second year, and I completed my first year, my first 2 semesters. So you probably know the drill of me not posting every day. So it's basically gonna be like that, in case you're new. Well, which you probably are, because I got 2 new subscribers recently. So yeah. Someone's walking in the halls. Okay. And besides that, what did I want to say? All right. So along with me, talking about my new schedule for until December. Yeah, because that's when my semester ends in my second year. Because I have 2 semesters every year. I'll be talking about my new schedule, and along with that, this is gonna be exact, because even when I say a date, I'm gonna be posting videos. Sometimes something happens where I just can't. It's gonna be the same thing where I'm gonna be talking about the time it will be posted, or at least when I'm recording. Because I was actually looking through, because when I get a new subscriber or even many subscribers, I look in the analytics, I think it's called, where they talk about the different views for different videos, if your videos are doing well. It's all on YouTube Studio, in case you are a video content creator like me, or use your YouTube account for something else. I don't know. YouTube Studio is available. This isn't a sponsor or anything, just something I use, and it's really fun and it's very helpful. Which actually comes to me realizing that there are specific times when my channel is most active, as in when new viewers and current viewers come back. It's like when I post something like at midnight, they're coming to the channel more likely at like 4 p.m. I was like, oh wow. And I actually never realized that. I'm gonna be talking about this more tomorrow on Monday, but yeah, that actually, like, oh wow, like there's like on different days, it's like Sunday to Saturday, like on the screen. And I was like, oh wow, like on, what was it, like Tuesdays, it was like 2 p.m. or something. I was like, oh wow. I mean, I did realize I was kind of posting a little bit late, but I just kind of got used to it. But I was kind of like, oh, there are actually times where they actually come onto the channel. It's actually kind of interesting. So I'm going to be trying to posting around the time so I can get, more views. Because what's the phrase or metaphor or something? You bring out the advertisement when the consumer is most around that place. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right. I probably said that totally wrong. I'm so sorry. Because I had another reference. It was about animals, like you bring, like you bring the hay to the zebra, like when the zebra when the zebras is around the food carousel. That's when you put the most hay out, because they're there, or something. I don't know. I'm not even sure the animal reference made any sense. I don't know. I'm probably not gonna do it again because I just probably said totally wrong. Who knows? I'm sorry about that. Sorry, I was thinking for a second. Yeah, Zebras eat hay, but forget about that. So I'm gonna be talking about more about that tomorrow. Of posting, or at least starting the recording process around that time where you guys are mostly active, because I don't. Because I think it makes the most sense. So hopefully it works out. Yeah, I hope. Okay. Let's get started. We were with the mid-season finale, and it's the last day of the weekend, so that means next week, starting Wednesday, I believe, is when I'm gonna start to go to Mom McGee. I mentioned this yesterday, so Wednesday, I'm gonna return to the Ghost of Mom McGee, and throughout the week of the days I'm actually doing videos, along with the next week. Next week, along with the following week, is when I'll finish up the Ghost of Mom McGee, which comes into September. So I should be caught up with that. Will it go exactly as planned? Maybe. I mean, the Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion for this week and this weekend has worked out fine. So hopefully the Ghost of Mom McGee will too. But who knows? Was there anything else? About my channel update. I talked about a little preview of the mid-season finale, which I'm going to do right now. Talked about what I'm going to be doing the next 2 weeks, which is the Ghost of Mom McGee, so I can finally get caught up with that. Oh yeah. If you're wondering what's happening next, so I'll just say that for my September monthly update. That won't be too far along. Like it'll be like in 2 weeks or something. Okay, yeah, okay, well, let's get started. So, before we get to the city, because this is in the beginning of the episode, we actually get to Ultraviolet talking to Black Scorpion of how, like, oh, we saw that car thief, oh, we were so great, and oh, your comebacks are so awesome, Black Scorpion, and he's like, oh yeah, you did a good job too, kid. So then they're talking. Cascada shows up. Ooh, trouble. And I'm forgetting some dialogue. I'm so sorry, but she's basically talking about how hey, you guys were great. And like, hey, like maybe we could work together, ha ha ha. And Black Scorpion's like, not really buying this. So like, oh, we really work together. And we learned from the previous episode that her identity, like her normal identity, is Catalina, which is Cruz's new girlfriend. So like, oh, the tension, and. When she's like, oh, maybe we could work together, and Black Scorpion's like, I don't think so. I don't like how you're influencing Violet, and Violet just thinks she's awesome. But so I was like, oh, like that run she went on. But even in this episode, you could see that she's still conflicted. So that run, when I saw that, I was, first of all, I was mesmerized, because I'm like, yeah, sometimes you just need to get out there and just release some energy or something. I don't know. When I saw that, I was like, whoa. Like, she's going out there and run. Jog or something. Yeah, no, she said run. So she's going out and run. Because that's how she thinks. And this is the first time we actually saw her run. Obviously, we've seen her with the mask and stuff like that, but this is the first time we actually saw her run. And I was really impressed of... we saw her face. Well, at least I did when I watched the episode. She was very conflicted and very confused. And even in this episode, she's very conflicted and confused. But she... still likes Cascada, and like how like, oh, maybe it's not a bad idea. They're talking, and Cascada, you just flip faces away, just, oh, see you later, Black Scorpion, and all that stuff, and Black Scorpion's like, oh, Cascada, all that. I'm probably saying that like totally wrong, but this is just what I'm remembering. Should have been better prepared for the mid-season finale, but I'm thinking getting mostly right. Um, what happens? Oh, sorry. I just realized. So Violet's basically kind of talking about how great Cascada is, and Black Storm said like it's time for bed, it's school night, and she's like, oh come on, like I should like stay up more, and he's basically like no, you need to sleep, which is very important. Yeah, you do, and she basically super speeds while Black Black Scorpion is still on patrol, and she goes like she super speeds and Cascada's there, and he's like, oh hey kid, is like, oh hey Cascada, and it's like, oh what are we doing? Oh, I'm going to bed. It's like superheroes at curfew. That has a curfew, and he's like, yeah, well, don't you want to stop some crimmies with me? And she's like, you say crimmies too, and it's like, oh, that's so cool, but I'm like, I don't really like it when adults, quote unquote, become hip or something and like, use slang. I just don't personally like it. Like Hop Hop did that a couple of times in Amphibia. I don't really like it. So, eh. It's like, oh, of course. So like, like, oh, maybe we can, test out your abilities. And it's like, oh, what do you mean? Like, your mask has like unlimited potential. I mean, it might have a stopping point, but for all we know, you can run as fast to from here all the way to, um trying to remember if she actually said a place. I'm just gonna say the Great Wall of China, but she says like your mask is unlimited, but we should test it out. And he's like, oh, oh hey, you want to try running in circles? Oh, well, what's gonna happen? It's like, oh, I have a little hunch. Oh, and before that, actually, he's like, hey, you want to see something cool? Yeah, okay. She grabbed Violet's arm. She went through the wall and she's like, "Oh, can't believe that worked. What do you mean? I never faced another person before. You could have been sawed in half. I could have. Oh, you didn't. I was actually very terrified. Like I'm like, if she was just a regular Lucha person, very just a regular anti-hero and stuff like that, and but she even said, oh, sometimes you have to take risks. I'm like, Catalina, you are her guidance counselor. You were basically her teacher. I mean, okay, she doesn't know that this is her student, but basically she is becoming her student by becoming her mentor. And I was like, she's like, oh, you didn't. It was all about taking risks. I'm like, no. She's like, I can't believe that actually worked. You probably could have died. I'm like, oh my goodness. But Black Scorpion's right. I'm Team Black Scorpion all the way. Like, Catalina, you're crazy. And even Ultraviolet's kind of freaking out just a little bit, like, oh my goodness, like you weren't sure. They'll try running in circles, and she does, and it creates a tornado. It actually lifts the person in the middle, so it kind of makes it feel like you're flying, or it could kind of lift criminals. I wonder if like enough air, like you're not reaching like the proper oxygen, it could actually kill the criminal. If Ultraviolet goes down a dark path, could she do that? I don't know. Who knows? Um, but obviously she puts her down. And it's like, oh my god, that was so cool. It's like, hey, my hunch was right. Like you have this tornado ability. You can go super fast in a circle. You can lift criminals. Like and it's like, oh wow, like yeah, like that's a pretty cool power. And it's like, oh yeah, maybe it's about risk. I'm like, no, not the risk part again. And it's the next morning, and basically Violet's yawning and stuff like that because she was hanging out with Cascada. We don't. Sorry about that. I don't know. I just heard a big slam. You probably didn't hear that, but anyway. Oh, I got distracted. Wait, hold on. Wait, just give me a second. Okay, so Violet is really tired, and 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 Tiago's kind of saying, like, hey, why are you so tired? He's like, oh, I was reading the book. What was the book called? It's all you mind your own business. And obviously the mom's like, hey, Violet, don't talk to your brother like that. Because Tiago's only just curious. Because Tiago's not really, like, believing her. And remember, in the previous episode, what was it? Tiago went to Violet's room to come get her to say goodbye to the cousins. And when he went to the room, she wasn't there. So so he was going to check the bathroom. But then he heard like a flash. Violet opened the door and there she was. And he's like, hey, where were you? He's like, oh, I was in there. No, I just checked in there. I was in the closet. And Tiago was just a little bit suspicious. Now he's getting kind of more suspicious. Ooh, like, oh, he's getting more suspicious. This isn't good. But, so basically they're kind of talking, Violet's kind of sleeping, and then your Tiago's like, hey, Violet, and it's, oh, I'm sorry, oh, eggs Benedict, so that's what they were eating for breakfast, and, oh, we get to school, and, oh, yeah, actually, she got a phone call earlier about how, oh, wait, no, wasn't the next night, or, I'm forgetting things, I was trying to wonder if something happened at school. No, nothing really happened. So we actually get to hear. Wait. Okay. I was just waiting for that thing to go away. Okay, so we get the Black Scorpion, and he's like, doing his monologue of how Justice never sleeps and stuff like that, and Violet is yawning. We just say how she was dozing off at breakfast, and he just looks at her, and then she kind of goes to sleep a little bit, and Black Scorpion's like I said, justice, and she yawns again. And Violet's saying, oh, no, don't worry, I'm listening. I'm just, oh, and she's just yawning some more. Like, I'm not paying attention to do your awesome monologue. And Black Scorpion's like, okay, I can't ignore this. Why are you so tired? Do I need to put you on a curfew? And she's like, no, not a curfew, but how about let me stay up? Like, you catch a criminal on my own. Do more superhero stuff. Let me off the leash a little bit. And then Black Scorpion's like, hey, I thought we went over this. Like, you're not ready. I just want to play this right here.
Cascada thinks I'm ready.
What? Have you been hanging out with Cascada?
Maybe.
She's dangerous. I don't want you near her.
So I don't want to play too much, but she's like, Cascada thinks I'm ready because they did the whole tornado thing. And, Black Scorpion's like, have you been hanging out with her? That Cascada. And then she's like, oh, maybe. Is that I don't want you near her. She's dangerous. I'm kind of, yeah, she is kind of dangerous. She didn't know that facing thing was going to work. And she's like, oh, we're about taking risks. And that whole tornado thing, I wonder if that can actually kill a person. If Violet's not careful, if she goes fast enough, it might. So Violet's kind of not thinking, but she's still a kid, and with this ultimate power, and Black Scorpion's doing the best they can to, like, train her, even though Violet's kind of, like, not really listening, but she's half listening, and, Black Scorpion's like, hey, you gotta promise me, you don't go back to Cascada. And then Violet's like, okay, I promise. And he's like, um, get some rest. And he goes into the shadows and then vanishes. And Violet's kind of bummed. And then Scott shows out. I'm like, oh no, danger alert. That was rough. And he's like, she's like, oh no, that was the better monologue than last time. And then she's like, no, like, rough on you. And she's like, oh. It's like, hey, I know there's gonna be what'd she say, a car theft? It was like a van theft? Right. It was like a van robbery. It's gonna happen tomorrow. Like, do you want to help me out? Or do you think I'm too dangerous? And then she says, I don't think you're dangerous. I'm kind of like, I think Violet's really leaning on to the part where she didn't think Cascada was gonna purposely hurt her, and she's like, I don't think you're dangerous, but I promise Black Scorpion. And then she'd say, hey, no pressure, but hey, look, you know where to find me. Like, I thought you want to make your own decisions. And she just, and you want to catch a criminal all by yourself. And she's like, wait, a criminal all by myself? And he's like, oh, I'm gonna go. And then she's like, wait, no. And he's like, I'm gonna do it. And she's like, okay, great. And she has a smile on, and I'm just gonna leave it right there. What's the next scene? Oh, I forgot something. There was a B-pop with Tiago, actually. That noise there that could kind of... I kind of don't want to talk about it, but it gave me a jolt. I kind of almost forgot about the B plot. And Tiago, is bringing lunch to Cruz. And so, hey, my mom wants to make sure they're eating. He's like, hey, I got a bunch of protein shakes and pizza pockets. I'm good, but thank you to tell my sister and thank you. And so, yeah, sure. And then what was it? Alamo? That means the undefined or something. Alamo, what happened? Oh, Cruz, I'm just shooken up. Like, I choked. Hey, you need to get your confidence back, and then you will be choking the enemy figuratively. They'll be choking. He's like, yeah, maybe you're right. And he's like, oh, hey, thanks for lunch. Yeah, no problem. But then he's kind of looking at Alamo. It's like, hey, don't worry about it. Everyone kind of fails sometimes. And he's like, oh, me, like it was all the time. Hey, it doesn't really seem like you're having fun. And it's like, well, I always liked the idea of being, being a lucha, but I don't know. I even read my mask, and he said, "Hey, I can fix the mask for you." Oh, thanks. Really? He said, "Yeah, sure. I'll come back tomorrow." Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, I can probably just go over the whole B plot. He comes back. Hey, I fixed your mask, and he's like, "Oh, hey, thanks. Oh, it feels really nice." Oh, I double stitched it. Oh, thanks. He said, "Hey, I was thinking about it, and it didn't really seem like you were fitting your costume. Like, no pressure, but I have some new designs." And do you want to take a look? And he's like, "Oh, okay." And he takes a look. He's like, "Whoa, these are really good." It's like, "Oh, really?" And, "Oh, this one." And he's like, "Oh, really? That one? I mean, I like it. Do you like it?" And it's like, "Yeah, I really love it." This is, Tiago says, like, you had to, usually in wrestling, you want to speak, you have to bring in the outside what you feel on the inside. He's like, this is what I feel on the inside. And he's like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, okay, let's do it. So, okay, they're going to work together. Okay, that's pretty cool. And it's actually going to go back to another episode, a previous episode where he told Violet, I want to be a fashion designer. It's coming back in the mid-season finale. How great is that? And basically, and he makes the design, and he's like, Tiago's kind of worried. It's like, oh, is he gonna like it? He's not gonna like it. And he's like, wait, why don't you see for yourself? I actually like the costume. I wish I could show it, but he's like, oh, this is so good. He's like, yeah, thank you, Tiago. Can't thank you enough. He's like, hey, he even said, can I have a cape? Yeah, sure, if you want. Sorry. Anyway, he's like, okay, but it's like, yeah, sure. He's like, oh, you need a new name. You can't be just, what's it, Alamo. You can't be no one. He's like, you're right. I no longer Alamo. I'm, what was it, Estrella? I think I said it right. Estrella, which, and he's like, oh, the star, dude, that's really cool. I have it in one final touch. And he's like, okay. And he draws like a star on his eye. It looks pretty cool. And he's like, oh, thank you. And then, he's like, hey, Cruz, look at me. I'm Estrella now. He's like, you changed your name, your costume without consulting me? I'm the coach. Oh, me and Tiago and I were talking about it. He becomes a little nervous because he's like, oh, Cruz has his own way of doing things. And, you know, Cruz is kind of like, hey, as long as you're not giving me food, you should leave. Like, you know, like, I want him to consult me if he wants to change something. But this is really big. It's like a new name, a new costume. It's like you know, the different wrestling moves. Because I'm coaching, I'm training him, and he wasn't consulted. Like, well, he's gonna do a new move, and Cruz is not gonna know about it because what if he get hurt? And that's the whole thing about Cruz kind of being overprotective a little bit. And and then Tiago's like, oh, I'm sorry, but he leaves a sketch pad there, and Cruz kind of notices. And, you know, even Estrella looks kind of like, well, you know, you get a little disappointed, but I'm going to go in a match anyway to try to win. Okay. We get to school where Violet's kind of telling you that, oh, you know, what's it, Cascada is cool, and Black Storm's kind of being overprotective, and he's like, oh, but she even mentioned you, like, oh, because, oh, wait, I'm sorry, it was the morning where she got a call from Cruz, and she's like, hey, I know you wanted to do more superhero stuff, so hey, you can be my backup for this for this robbery. He's like, oh, backup, oh, I have been doing the project. He's like, okay, but she hung up quickly. He's like, oh, that was weird. We get to school and say, oh, I told Black Scorpion to do a project with you, like you're with Maya, and he's like, oh, Black Scorpion knows my name, that's so cool. And she gives her a look and say, oh, but you know, he's super buzzkill, like a party pooper. And say, oh yeah, but what are you gonna do? It's like, oh hey, oh, then Cruz and then Catalina are interacting. I found this kind of weird. I'm kind of more tolerant about it now, but this is kind of weird how they kept on saying he, she, and they, kind of to mask the gender, but I never done that before. So hopefully they don't do that again, because he said they, oh, I'm dealing with what was it, one of my wrestling students, which he's talking about Cascada, and he's like, you know, oh he, I mean she, I mean they. It's like, why don't you just say she? Because even Cascada say, oh, I'm dealing with a colleague, like, you know, he's not letting his students reach to their full potential. He, I mean they. So they're kind of going back and forth on that. I'm like, and so it's okay, but I don't really like it. So so they're kind of talking. It's like, oh, like, you know, not letting your student reach to your full potential. That he sounds like a real, like, buzzkill, but he's talking about himself. That's really funny. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, this they, you know, person, like, kind of giving you a hard time, which she's talking about her. So that's pretty funny. It's like, oh, hey, Cruz. It's like, oh, hey, how are you, Maya, doing your project? And she's like, oh yeah, we're doing great. See you later. It's like, oh, okay. And then Maya was suspicious, like, hey, you're telling Black Scorpion and your Uncle Cruz the same lie? And it was a previous episode where she said, hey, you never told me who Black Scorpion is, but Maya kind of dropped it because it's not her personal information to have. So, so I'm wondering, is Maya gonna find out? Oh, maybe. We get to the night, and then he says, hey, to see the van over there? It's on the street. And then she's like, oh no, someone else is coming. Casca's like, wait, who? And she shouts, Black Scorpion, like, it's me. He's like, Black Scorpion, you're here. And then she's like, you promised me you wouldn't, you promised me you had plans. Oh, this is my plans. And he's like, oh, you lied to me, and you promised you weren't gonna see her again. And she's like, oh, look, I'm sorry. And then Casca said, hey, leave her out of this. No, you need to stay out of this, okay? You're dangerous. I'm not dangerous. So you kind of are. I kind of disagree. And it's like, oh, we need to catch them. And Ultraviolet and the Black Scorpion say, hey, don't go alone. And then, Black Scorpion's like, this is what anyway, and then the Black Scorpion's kind of talking, and Cascada is kind of fighting, and then, Violence call Super Lucha, Super Team, and boom, Black Scorpion gets hit by a blast, and then Ultraviolet's like, oh, don't worry, I'll get the guys in the, no, Cascada's like, hey, Ultraviolet, get the guys in the garage. It was like a big warehouse. And he's like, and Black Scorpion's like, no, Ultraviolet, don't go alone, because he cares about her. And then Cascada's trying to take care of this guy, and then, Ultraviolet's like, oh, you stop running. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty intimidating. He's wearing this, like, this suit, this power suit. It makes him super strong. And she tries to hit him, but boom, he hits her, and then Black Scorpion shows up. Hey, why don't you take on someone your own size? And Black Scorpion does like a super Black Scorpion sting. This suit's so powerful, it knocked back Black Scorpion and himself. But Black Scorpion does like a super lucha landing. I was like, ooh, that's pretty interesting. But I love how Black Scorpion doesn't give a second thought, like, oh my god, this guy's stronger than me. He doesn't. He's like, I'm gonna go after this guy again. But not in an arrogant way or anything. And basically Ultraviolet goes outside when Black Scorpion Black Scorpion's trying to beat the dude, and then Cascada's like, hey, you got this girl, and then she's running in circles, and then Black Scorpion's like, hey, Ultraviolet, what is this? What's this new power? Have you tested it? Like, he's really worried. And then the Mecha Suit guy, boom, does this big like sonic wave, and it knocked Ultraviolet back to what was like a cement wall, and like, oh, that hurt. And then both Cascada and then Black Scorpion like, Ultraviolet, and the big guy kind of has a big smirk in his face. Yeah, I knocked down a kid. Okay, dude. And then both of them go to Ultraviolet's aid. Black Scorpion carries her, goes into the shadows. And then Cascada's like, oh, it looks like it's you and me, big guy. And then Ultraviolet's like, Black Scorpion, I'm so sorry. And then she's not crippled or anything, but she's injured. Oh, it's like, you're my family. If anything would happen to you, because he's responsible. And her parents don't know that she's out here. Tiago doesn't know that she's out here. So only Cruz knows. If anything would have happened to you, and yeah, Bob's mom would have killed you. And it's like, I'll come get you later. And then Bob said, yeah, go get him. And then he goes back in the shadows. And then I like how Cascada said, hey, how's the kid? Black Scorpion doesn't say anything, because yeah, this is kind of your fault. She's so reckless. You're her guidance counselor, but she doesn't know that. Then boom, they do like a stupid team up, but it's kind of like temporarily. They say, hey, you got the power, hey, you're gonna throw me, and then boom, and then she faces through him, grabs the battery, and then he does like a big super throw, and then boom, they did defeat it. And then was it? Black Scorpion said, hey, this doesn't mean we're friends. And then she's like, yeah, of course not. Then we get to Ultraviolet kind of standing, but her leg's still injured. And it's like, oh, hey, hey, like, don't speak. Come on, I'm gonna take you home. Okay. And then we get to the gym where Estrella comes back and says, hey, Cruz, I won. Oh, you did it so great. Yeah, if you see Tiago, tell him thank you. I feel like myself. He's like, oh, okay. And he looks at his sketchbook of the drawings that Estrella was looking at, that Tiago showed him, and he's like, oh, wow. He calls Tiago, hey, I found your sketch pad. Estrella said that he did a wonderful job. He thanks you for it, and I think I have another guy who might need help with a new costume design if you're interested. And he's like, obviously Tiago's so excited, but he keeps it cool. It's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll come by. He's like, okay, so it seems like Cruz is kind of loosening up, and then Ultraviolet comes back, and like she says like, and then Black Scorpion say, oh, it looks like you're feeling better. He's like, yeah, and he's like, look, I didn't want you going alone. He's like, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. And like, it was dangerous to me to go there, and that was your point. And he's like, yeah, I was right, but you're my family. I don't want you getting injured, but you're also a superhero, so I shouldn't be so restricted. Restrictive, because he's kind of learned it from Tiago about letting Estrella pick his own costume, stuff like that, and it worked out great. So he's gonna do the same thing with Violet. So we can try out that tornado because Violet's saying, "Oh, can I stay up at 2 a.m.?" He's like, "Yeah, no." I'm like, "Do your middle school. You're not staying 2 a.m." So we can try the tornado thing on me because I'll be able to handle it. Oh, right now, no, I just ate. I'm not gonna throw up. We get to the next morning where what's the excuse for you being tired this time? Is Ultraviolet's kind of tired, and she's like, "Oh, just working out hard at Uncle Cruz's gym." It's like, I was there at the gym. You weren't there. And she's like, "You were at the gym?" It's like, "Yeah." "Why are you lying?" And then she's kind of like, "When did you become mom and dad?" This is like kind of the second, third time he's asking questions, and Tiago was kind of taken aback by that. I was like, "Whoa, why are you getting so defensive?" Then the dad was Juan. He came at the table and he's like, "Hey, what are you two talking about?" And then Tiago said, "Hey, it's nothing important at all." And then Ultraviolet has this weird face. Did he figure it out? Did he figure out? And that's where it ends. That was the cliffhanger that Tiago's getting very suspicious. Does he find out at the end of the season, the next episode? I don't know. So what do I give this episode? Hmm. 95, 90. Trying to see if there was. I get this episode 90. Just the he, she, they scene that was really weird, and Cascada just facing without knowing that Ultraviolet was going to be her, because this is becoming like your student now. You can't really do that, so I was kind of really uncomfortable with that, especially since I know her identity. So like, yeah, no. So 90% still fantastic, just those two scenes. Ultraviolet has a new power, a tornado. Seems kind of dangerous, so hopefully she tested it out with Black Scorpion to like perfect it, and this was fantastic. Maya's getting a little bit suspicious of Cruz, maybe Black Scorpion. She's kind of maybe thinking that, it's not confirmed, but Tiago's really thinking that Violet's Ultraviolet. Well, not really, but she thinks that she's up to something. So, is Maya gonna think that? Is she gonna figure out that Black Scorpion's identity, and is Tiago gonna actually figure out what's going on with Violet? I don't know. Hopefully we see Estrella again, because I think he's a pretty cool character, but he could just be a one-time. Who knows? Cascada, if she can figure out that Cruz is Black Scorpion and Cruz is gonna know that Cascada is Catalina, that'd be really funny, but oh my goodness, the drama. But yeah, this is the mid-season finale, and I don't know when the other episodes come out, so I'll let you know when I know. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, don't forget to share that video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for my channel update, and I mentioned that earlier of what it was. So I'll see you guys then. Okay. Bye.